Hey guys, welcome back to Eric in the Kitchen. Today we're making cranberry ice cream, or the perfect fix for those cranberries you still have left in your freezer after Thanksgiving. We'll start with a nice ice cream base that's really simple to get started with. We're going to also put together cranberry jelly that you'll see here. We'll eventually churn these together and make a glorious creamy cranberry ice cream that will taste absolutely nothing like the cranberry sauce you had on your Thanksgiving table. To start with the ice cream base, we're going to whisk together sugar and xanthan gum in the bowl. Xanthan gum is going to help make sure that the ice cream stays very creamy without any ice crystals in the freezer. However, it can clump up easily if it's exposed to liquid without being emulsified into something else. So we're going to start by whisking together the xanthan gum and the sugar until it's completely homogeneous so that the xanthan gum won't clump. We're then going to take our milk and heat it up over a stove until it's just reaching a bare simmer. The sugar and xanthan gum should be in the milk at this time to make sure that it is completely dissolved. Then we'll add this hot milk mixture to the cream and put it in the freezer to chill. You can either leave it in the freezer for about 30 minutes to an hour to cool down to cold fridge temperature, or you can leave it in the fridge for 4 to 6 hours. Either way, you want to make sure that this is very cold, otherwise it can be difficult for the ice cream maker to most effectively churn your ice cream. While we're waiting for that to chill, let's turn our attention over to the cranberry sauce. I say cranberry sauce, but it's closer to cranberry jelly, and it's really nothing like what you know from your own Thanksgiving. We're not talking about any extra flavors of cloves or anything like that. In fact, we're going to strain out a lot of the tart flavoring that's endemic to cranberries, really, and deal with just a sweet, fruity base. So the first thing that we're going to do here is we're going to put our cranberries into a pan, and we're going to add some sugar and a little bit of water to these. Now, I would recommend using a much deeper pot than the pan that I used here, as I discovered later on as hot flaming chunks of cranberry goo landed all over me and my kitchen as it boiled. Anyhow, you're going to need to stir this occasionally and just keep this going, make sure it doesn't burn over about medium-high heat until the cranberry jelly is somewhat thick and all the cranberries are broken down. You don't want to see any whole cranberries in the sauce at this point. Once you've got this achieved, we're going to strain it out into a strainer and force it through. It doesn't have to be super fine, but we're trying to get out as much of the skins and seeds as we can to get a smoother jelly. It's going to give you a better texture. Whole cranberries don't freeze up very nicely, it turns out, so if you have any of those in, you'll basically have just sort of icy chunks in your ice cream, which really isn't what we're going for. Okay, now you're going to just take those cranberries that we have now cooked up with the sugar and the water, and we're going to put that in a bowl and put it in the fridge or freezer for a little less time than the ice cream. There's a lot less volume of cranberry jelly than there is ice cream base, so you can cool it for about half the time and it'll be perfectly fine. You're going for something that's like a really thick jam by the time it's all set up, and it should be cold to the touch. Then, the process is pretty simple from here. We're really just combining together our cranberry jelly along with our milk mixture in an ice cream maker. I'm using an automatic ice cream maker here that doesn't require me to pre-chill the bowl, but you should do this according to your manufacturer's instructions, and if they recommend chilling the bowl ahead of time, be sure to do that. Alright, well, once the ice cream is churning, we're going to wait for it to set up a bit and get to roughly the soft serve consistency that you're looking for. Once you're at a sort of a loose soft serve, you're going to add in the scoops of your cranberry jelly, about a heaping tablespoon at a time. I had about 4 heaping tablespoons here. You're going to wait for this to completely stir together, and you want it to become a uniform color and sort of have time to cool down before you add in the next one. Otherwise, you could end up re-melting your ice cream. Once you have your ice cream all together in a nice state for your soft serve, you can feel free to test a little scoop, and then go ahead and put it in the freezer. This should go in as close to an airtight container as you have, and you don't want to leave too much headspace at the top because that's what's going to cause freezer burn and sort of ice crystals. You'll want to let this set up overnight, or at least for 4 to 6 hours to become a fairly firm serve, and then you can go ahead and scoop it here. Jump into my perspective here, you can see that the ice cream is set nicely, it's very creamy, there aren't big bubbles of air or any ice crystals. And I gotta tell you, the flavor is really different from any cranberry dish I've had in sort of the conventional holiday scene. This is a fruity, almost summery dish. It has flavors of berries, almost a little bit of citrus, and it comes together to be just a very mellow, creamy, fruity ice cream. So if you're bored of cranberry sauce, if you're bored of sort of the holiday flavors, but you're looking to get rid of some ingredients, I really recommend this ice cream. It'll stay good in the freezer too, for up to about a month before it gets too crystallized. And I hope you take the opportunity to try this out. Let me know how it goes in the comments below. Please like, subscribe, turn that notification bell on as well. It really does help. So we'll see you in the next video.